All right, Ultimate Noops Nation. I'm Aaron Wimsett. This is Sonny Young Graves. This is the good, the bad, and the ugly. Week 4. Any initial thoughts?
Solid week. Saw a lot of good games. Barracudas hung in early. Big Smash beat the Rebels. Bulls put a fight in with Menace. I walked in the gym there down 17 and turned back around. It's a 2-point game. Never know what you'll see out of that team. I mean, and 2 overtime games tonight. So big week.
Let's get into it. We had Big Smashers who had been struggling so far this season. Lost a few games they should have won early on. They beat the Rebels last night, I think 42-43. They beat the Rebels at their own game. Yep, defensive battle. Big Smash was without Antoine Lynch. Antoine Lynch went to the Crusaders. I guess Craig Wells didn't want him or something. Thoughts on that game?
It's definitely a different ball game without Twan and with Kevin Kraft and Glenn Fair. The ball's going to move. They play hard on D. They work hard as a team. It's a little bit more team-oriented, and it worked out in their favor.
And Kraft had a good game. I think, without Lynch, somebody's got to take, part of the offense. And Kraft had a good, efficient game. Probably the best game I've seen him play in a while.
Yeah, he's that in-between player. He does it all. He'll play down low if you need him. He'll hit the mid-range, plays hard on D. That's definitely a great compliment to Glenn and Greg when he's slashing through the lane.
Also in Bloomington South, the Crusaders. So Twan went to the Crusaders. The Crusaders beat Miller Time. They don't have the they don't have the cohesiveness yet, but they actually have a pretty good team. I like the mix. They got Abdi, they got Twan. They have the I can't remember his last name. It's some with a D that's long. Dwayne's the guard. But he's a big guy. He can shoot threes, score inside.
You're talking about Duke. I know you're talking about.
But yeah, it'll be interesting. Crusaders could have a good team, and with 24 teams, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good help, especially mid-season. So definitely a good time to get some teamwork going and head into the playoffs, hopefully.
Muskies are 4-0. Gorillas are 4-0. Are they your top 2 teams right now?
Muskies play hard, yeah. Gorillas have been, I know the first week they hopped on a ride on Chris's back, but I haven't had the pleasure of seeing most of their games, so it's rough. I know they did the first 2 weeks without a point guard, and then Billy's back, I think. So it'll be tough. I don't think they finish 8-0, but they'll probably finish maybe 5-3, 6-2, depending on. I gotta remember the end of their schedule.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, both teams. Gorillas added. What's his name? Can't think of his name right now. The open player, point guard, Abe Froman.
Gorillas?
Yeah.
Was it this week that they added him?
No. Beginning of the season. God. Anyways, he's a good player. The girls add him. The Muskies added Steve Mortimer. Hopefully I'm saying that right. He's playing 20. He played 24. He's played 24 minutes per game so far, and he's played 2 games, and he's averaging 14.5 points per game. So somebody to watch. He could be the difference maker for them.
He's a tweener. He's not going to be. He's not going to be the solid. Junius is key to that team with bringing the the energy and enthusiasm. Zach McCray and Bennett and John locking down defense on the guards with Rablin. I mean, it's tough. You got 3 guards that play hard D, and then they can still funnel them into Rablin. So that's just a great defensive team, and it's going to be tough. The offense is going to come from all different people. Zach may have 20 one night. John will have 20 the next. Steve will have 15, 20 the next. You never know.
So moving on to Fridley. Magic Johnson's beat 5-5 in overtime. Walk me through that game.
We started off pretty good. It's just got to come together. That's all it is when we start playing together, we start taking the lead, taking off. It's when we get kind of focused on one-on-one is when we get ourselves in trouble and let teams come back. Like Mike Bundy killed us a little bit, a couple mid-ranges, couple pull-ups, and then Mike Franklin made some key defensive plays with some block shots, tough blocks. And I don't think I heard a "Let's go" tonight.
I think I did.
Well,
we better be "Let's go" in next week though.
It's not memorable. We'll just put it that way.
So we just watched the video, so hopefully I can remember this right. It was 69-69, I believe. Magic Johnson's had the ball, and Abdi pulls up with what, like
a minute and 8. Yeah, the shot he can get whenever he wants. Just runs down and jacks up his mid-range, bounces out.
So anyways, goes into overtime.
Well, that led to I believe Fob tried to hold for the last shot. We still got one more possession out of that, and so we called a screen and roll. And Abdi got a pull up. It ended up being deeper than what he wanted for the end, but sent it into overtime. And maybe 4 possessions. That was the end of it. It was a quick foul with about 12 seconds left. It put Chill City on the line. He missed the first. Got lucky, then he makes the second. And I'm thinking 12 seconds. We get the inbound, and all I hear is them yell, "Junius, you got Sonny." I was like, okay, we're going all the way down to the basket until somebody stops. And I was waiting to see Matt or Ethan cut on the opposite side because I knew help was coming, but eventually nobody stepped in front of the ball, so I just kept going, got a layup.
Yeah, and that was the last shot. There was a questionable foul over here. Again, if I'm hopefully remembering it right. And then there was a smart foul to put Christensen on the line, to force him in where he had to make one, miss another. Goes the rebound. Mike almost got.
He actually over jumped for that rebound, which is funny to say, but yeah, 2.8 left. I think is when they fouled Christensen. Hits the first one. I thought they were actually gonna pull it. When I seen the rebound bounce out, and I seen Chill City in the air, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, spin move and.
Yeah. All I have to say is hats off to you, Goody, for showing me that little nudge.
It works out well.
The Supersonics beat the Blazers. They continue. What are you guys, 3-1 now? 3-1, and you've beat some good teams. There was another close game. You guys were actually up by 8, I believe, at one.
We were up 14 at one point, and then Blazers fashion, hit a bucket, come down, play good D, hit a bucket, come down, play good D, force us to call a timeout. Still, they come out, hit a couple big shots. I believe they actually ended up taking the lead again. They took the lead, and then it was just back and forth from there.
So it was 53-53, with probably about 40-some seconds left. Josh Hoyle makes a layup, which ended up being the game-winning shot with probably 15, 16 seconds left. Blazers come down. They give the ball to Gabe, which is probably what was expected. And Jordan Grayhack plays awesome defense, stellar. Gav puts the shot up. They get the rebound.
Call timeout. They call timeout. Inbound it. Same exact thing, which, to be honest, I thought with me on the court, I thought they were actually going to go to, what's his name, number 9, their shooter. Do you know?
Aaron Lukic.
Yeah, Aaron. With me on them, I thought for sure they would have set something up. No, they weren't having it. They know my lockdown defense. I'm not going. But no, same thing. Jake tried to get around Jordan. He just stayed right in front of him. Yeah, it was a good ending to that game.
Let's talk about the Supersonics for a second. Bunch of guys that, there's, you got Hoyle. You got Corey, who will be known soon but isn't known. I can't ever think of his name.
By the
Center.
way, he's 44.
Yeah.
44. He corrected me today. He's like, by the way, I'm 44.
And Joe Stoffler, who you didn't get to see him much play when he played in Bloomington South with them. He's actually a good player.
Oh, yeah.
Solid. Takes smart shots, good rebounder, plays tough D. Can you guys compete for a Gold Cup?
It's premature right now. Just by adding Jordan, adding Joel, like we gotta find out where everybody's gonna be. But that's the good thing about us is there's not really we don't all have something, or what am I trying to say? We know what Josh is going to do. Everybody else is just kind of filling in, and I don't have a necessary role but to set screens, play tough D, and that's it. We know what Corey's going to do. We know what Jordan's going to do. We know what Price is going to do. It's probably one of the funnest seasons I've played.
What are your thoughts on the Supersonics?
Tough team. Bring a lot of energy, and if their shooters are on, they're on. It's lights out.
On to the bad. Spurs are 0-4. Blue Chips are 0-3. The bright spot for the Spurs is Chris Lehman, who's averaging 19.5 points, 6.5 rebounds per game. He's the only kind of bright spot on that team. Again, I think they're a really talented team, but they're just not – they don't play defense, and they can't put two halves of basketball together, in my opinion. What are your thoughts on the Spurs?
They got a lot of shooters, pickup team from Bloomington. It's just, they need a defensive identity, and they have to play together. It's all maybe a couple swings around, and it's like, well, yeah, you go kill them. I'm like, no, somebody has to create a shot for somebody else every once in a while. If most of their open shots come off of second chance rebounds, it's like no creation for anybody else. It's all one-on-one.
And the Blue Chips, I think we talked about them last week or the week before. Maybe it was while we were talking about Tony's shooting. But the Blue Chips are 0-3. They're 32% from the field as a team and 18% from deep. What's going on?
I don't know. I mean, you got Jake, you got Tony, you got Arsenio putting them up from deep. You got Kevin Mayer putting them up from deep. So, I mean, 18% either. Hopefully that's a team. Because, I mean, even if one person's shooting, how many shots are they taking? That's bad. I think, 3 for 20?
Yesterday, yeah.
That's
what I seen was 3 for 20. Yeah, like I said last week, they're relying on their shooters to hit better than 18%. That's the story of their season right now.
Yeah, I think and Ant I think is leading them in points and rebounds, which you could expect. But maybe Bricks should play 40 minutes a game and
Maybe, yeah, Briggs needs to shoot probably 4 or 5, and take a couple less from everybody else. Briggs shoots like, solid 33%. So go ahead, Briggs.
On to the ugly. So the Bulls tonight they had 16 offensive rebounds. They shot 25 for 85. It's 29%.
Were you playing 2K?
It looked like they were.
12-minute quarters.
I think
85 shots?
I think Kelsey took 8. What was it? 18.
Oh yeah, somebody said 18. Yeah, three for 18, 4 for 18 on threes. That's just threes. He took 36 shots.
I know they only had 5, and one of them was Gino, and I know Gino didn't take any more than 10 shots.
From what I was told, Gino went 5 for 10.
Okay, that's 10 shots.
14 rebounds. And then everything else, yeah, he just filled it in. But yeah, only 10 shots to Gino.
Yeah, so 75 shots for 4 players.
It was. I watched. I was watching between the 2 games, and yeah, I saw Kelsey take. He took 5 threes on 1 possession. It was towards the end of the game, but he took 5 threes. They just kept getting rebounds. He dribbled back out and take a 3. The Bulls drop another game. Austin Brown, Glenn Fair, Greg Wells still didn't show up. Are they going to show?
I mean, I would pay $79 for 4 games. I don't think they're coming.
Nope.
I mean, maybe Gino will pay for them. I mean, I think that's how he's gotten them in the past, right? Just wheel them and deal them. Look at Sonny turned his back on that one.
No comment.
Yeah, they're not coming.
No comment. But I think Glenn and Greg have that money transferring from St. Louis Park since they folded their team. So maybe they may still show. I don't know about Austin. But
I think Austin fell through, which is why they added J. Mike. But we'll see. I didn't have Gino come tell me he was adding somebody or somebody was going to show up next week. So both started out strong, and now they're 2-2, I believe. But what do you see them doing the rest of the season?
4-4. Normal. I mean, no matter when they get in the playoffs, it's still a dangerous team. You never know what's going to happen. Season, I mean, even hot tub. It's like season is practice, playoffs is when it's for real. Like you can have somebody go 8-0 and lose. Like I remember, I think we went like 7-1 and lost to the North Stars, who were 3-5 back.
I was with the Bulls. We went 8-0 in regular season, and first round out.
Season is just getting to know your team. Playoffs is where your franchise is made. So,
any final thoughts?
Good week. Let's try it again next week. No blowouts. Let's go.
Goody.
All right, he said it. It was a really good week for basketball. So, yep.
We'll see you guys next week.